again. I've decided to film the episode in the library because simply it's getting too dark. It's getting too dark outside. I have to do the recordings in the middle of the day, and quite frankly, I just don't have the time to squeeze it in the middle of the day. The whole point of this, when I started doing Fast Freeway, was to pump these out when it was convenient and when I had some extra time. And the thing is now it's kind of taking on its own life, if you were. And it's starting to take a little bit more time than I had hoped in the beginning, because as I said before, I'm a busy guy. And today I got really upset. I got a text from somebody. I'm putting on a show, a dinner in the new year, and I've been part of this organization for 30 years now, and every year this function has been a black tie event. It's been a formal event because it's our awards ceremony, it's our awards banquet night, and it's the night where we get to treat ourselves. And this year, for the first time ever, well, not the first time I'm running it, but because I've run this thing a few times in the past, but the first time in as far as I can remember, there's someone in our club that is stating he's got a real problem with black tie. And so he sends me this really, really long text this morning about how we need to change the wording on the ticket from black tie to smart casual. And I got to tell you, it's really aggravating. I have let me just give you a lay down of my normal day. My normal day, I hit the gym. I do some writing before I start my day, or otherwise, maybe sometimes I'll throw in some video editing at that time. I may or may not do a cold dip, but I will always do a cold shower. I get ready for work. I hit the gym. I do 45 minutes in the gym, and then I start my day, and I work my 8 hours in a place where I can't really do much of anything else but my job. I can't access a normal computer or get on any social media unless I go outside during my breaks and do that. So I'm kind of in a no man's land. Very busy time. Then I leave work, and I'm president of the Victoria Magic Circle. I'm also president of the Pacific Coast Association of Magicians right now. And I'm planning a convention. I'm planning this dinner. I'm also running the local club. I've got a family that I have to work with. I've got bills I got to pay. I got properties I've got to manage. I have a business I'm starting with my baby, Gabby. And we recently just had an issue at home, which was a bit of a personal crisis. And all this is going on. And then someone gives me a text like that. I just snap. I lose it. I completely lose it. When I get so much of my time and energy has to be sucked up because somebody doesn't like the fact that I'm asking them to wear a tie to a dinner, which for the past 30 years that I've been a member of this organization, this event's always been black tie. Now, this is me ranting. This is me doing my thing, and I know it's a new age, but I find it hilarious that people are quite comfortable just saying, "Man, I don't own a tuxedo, so I think it's wrong to put that we need to wear a tuxedo." If you've ever been to a black tie event, these days many people are showing up in just suits. Not smart casual. They're showing up in suits. They're showing up with a dinner jacket on. And I even had one professional show up one year with a dinner jacket on and a t-shirt on underneath. I mean, not a big deal. It's not a big deal. The point I'm trying to make is I've got a lot of plates spinning, and I find it almost comical that someone would waste my time with such a tiny little detail. Instead of just simply saying, you know what, I'm going to dress the way I can afford to dress, or that I'm able to dress, reflecting of the importance of the event. But I'm not going to be able to possibly wear a tuxedo, but I'll definitely do what I can. And when I instead of doing that, he's got to go into a diatribe of how this wrong and everyone thinks it's wrong. And it drove me nuts. And this is happening while I'm wrapping Christmas gifts. Like I'm just like, the thing I'm trying to say here is that when you are trying to be successful, you're going to get a lot of that. You're going to get a lot of people coming up to you with the tiniest little complaints, the tiniest little problems that monopolize your time. And you're going to have to be the kind of person that works past it. Deal with it, shoot it, deal with the problem, get it out of the way as quick as you can, however you can, whatever that looks like. For me, I just wrote up an email to my vice president, and I said, here's the deal. If this is really, because I wasn't at the meeting last night, he took it over for me. And if this is really how the membership feels, then what we're going to do is we're going to go that direction. However, I don't think the whole membership feels like it's wrong to put that on there. But okay, I'm sorry, I'm going down the wrong path. The whole point is that I have a lot of other things that need my attention. And successful people, you need to prioritize. You need to take this little thing that actually pricked me the wrong way and gave me a bit of emotional response, and you need to push it out of the way. You need to deal with it, get it out of the way as quick as possible, and you got to move on. As I'm sitting here right now, I can smell dinner's being cooked. Gabby's cooking us a wonderful dinner, but she's going to dry her hair, and then me and her are off to our client meeting. We're going to sit down with a new client tonight. So it is go, go, go. I don't have time for people who are going to nitpick about little things, who can't figure things out on their own, can't make the leap, can't understand why things are the way they are. I don't have time for it. And that's the thing. When you're a successful person, you got to be able to move on. You got to be able to, because there's going to be so many people who try to slow you down with the littlest tiny things. Sorry, you have a spelling mistake in this email you sent me, or, my pronouns are fill in the blank, whatever it is. You've made these errors and I have to correct you. You're going to have to just go, you know what? Great. I get it. Thank you for the input, and move on. You can't let, how do I say this? People that don't want or don't have drive for success to slow you down with their boredom and their time. I've had neighbors of properties I manage call me up and have little complaints, and I don't have time for it. So I pick up the phone right away. I go, what's the problem? This is the problem. Say that, for one instance, the tree was dropping apples on this other person's property, and they were complaining they didn't want apples being on the property. Pick up the phone, tell them what the situation is, and say in no uncertain terms, don't waste my time with this again, please. But, polite and persistent, that's kind of the rules I have. And move on. Don't let it take up too much time in your brain. And you're going to be able to move on and focus on things that really do matter. You have to deal with them, especially if you're running an organization, if you're running, even if you're just running an event, you have to deal with these issues that come up. But don't just deal with it. Shoot it, get it done. Pull out your troubleshooter and pop it and be done with it. Move on. And that's what I did. And it's really important. It's one of those things that there's so many things people don't tell you. When you become successful, number one, nobody wants you to be successful, except for me. I'm the only guy who wants you to be successful. Everyone wants you to kind of stay at their level. They want you to be good, but not better than them. No one ever tells you that. No one ever tells. And I found out that the hard way. It shocked me. I thought, don't you love me? Don't you want me to be better? Yeah, they'll say yes. Of course they do. Just not better than them. That's the key. That one shocked me. Number two, another thing that really shocked me was when you start making money, people start coming after it. And they'll fine you, they'll license you, they'll permit you, they'll give you all these reasons why you got to pay them cash, because for no other reason than you have it. And I think that is the most deplorable reason to charge someone money. And the reason you charge them money is because you have it. The third thing, you get sued. There's a truth in that saying, more money, more problems. And you do get sued. But one of the things I find hilarious is no one tells you about how many bored people have nothing better to do than to nitpick and try and slow you down with these little tiny things, and they have no concept, and it's the narcissistic view of that they have of the world. They have no concept of that you may have other things going on. None at all. So what I tell people is, understand it's happening. Understand you're going to have people come at you who just don't care. They don't care to take the time to understand what's going on, and they're going to freak out about a little typo on a email or a memorandum, and things like that. You just have to understand they're ignorant, they're narcissistic, they don't have time for anyone but themselves and their own problems and their own world. So what you just have to do is just absorb it, deal with it, shoot it, move on. That's all you got to do. So, on a positive note, we're on our way right now. Just going to have a quick bite to eat before we leave for this meeting. We're going to meet up with a client tonight, and hopefully we're going to lock it in. But again, this is what I told Gabby. This is a meet and greet, so I'm not going to try and close him, because as I told Gabby, we're building relationships, and we don't want to go into business with someone we don't like. So we're going to meet. We're going to see how amenable he is to our conditions and our terms, and we'll see what he's looking for and what his expectations are, and kind of excited about that. So that's what's happening. So very positive on that note. A lot of other things happening, like through the magic side. That's pretty cool. I did some work this weekend, which was very exciting. Met some really great people. And plus, we're really ramping up to have that Pacific Coast Association Magicians Convention here in Victoria, which I will be running and I'll be taking care of. So, just throw another log on the fire. I just keep telling people that's just what it is. So very excited about what's happening in my life. A lot of really great things. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, when you start becoming successful, just be ready for it. And truly successful people will weather that storm, and that's what you have to do. Get in the cold water. It helps. Trust me, it really does help. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already yet, make sure you subscribe to Financial Freeway here on YouTube. If you haven't had a chance yet, go to financialfreeway23.ca. That's our website for now. We're waiting. Again, I said this before. Eventually, it's just going to be financialfreeway.ca, which kind of makes more sense. But until then, financialfreeway23.ca. The link is in the description. Check it out. Share the good word. That is really what we're doing here. So make sure you get the word out. Tell your friends, tell your family what we're doing here, because it is our mission here at Financial Freeway to make sure that everyone understands that they have an inalienable right to live a life of abundance. Thank you so much.